Some names are synonymous with aviation. Think of names such as the Wright Brothers, Curtiss, Hawker, Fokker, Howard Hughes, Junkers, Sikorsky and more, and immediately you think of the contribution they made. So it is with the name Sopwith. Sir Thomas Octave Murdoch Sopwith, Commander of the Order of the British Empire, Fellow of the Royal Aeronautical Society, born 1888, the eighth child and only son to civil engineer Thomas Sopwith, was aged 15 when the Wright brothers made the world's first controlled powered flight. He said he took his first interest in aviation when he and Fred Sigrist were becalmed on a yacht in the English Channel and overhead saw John Mosant flying the first cross-channel passenger flight. Tom's first flight was in a Farman biplane at Brooklands, possibly with Gustav Blondau. At 18 years of age in 1906, he started a small motor business with a friend who knew Charles Rolls. Thomas became a balloonatic, that's what they called him, until powered flight took his interest. His first flight was by mistake. He taught himself to fly in a Howard Wright Avis monoplane on the 22nd of October 1910, achieving a modest 275 metres. He had taxied fast and was soon airborne. He was awarded certificate number 31 from the Royal Aero Club. Sopwith's record of 9 seconds for a fast takeoff still stands today. Pilot aboard, engine start, and then airborne. He was critical of the Wright Brothers control system, left lever elevator, right lever lateral movement or roll, on top of a right lever handle controlled runner, and feet did nothing. He fitted his own controls to his Wright Flyer, so starting his experimentation. He said that crashing was common, but at such low speeds, serious injury was uncommon. Sopwith assembled his first aircraft in a shed at Brooklands from bits and sold the second one to the Admiralty. He now moved to Kingston near London to a disused skating rink. The first aircraft built there in 1913 was a flying boat called a bat boat, and Sam Saunders, a boat builder from Cowes, built the hull. Sam, later of Saunders Row fame. This was the first British-built amphibious aircraft. They set their sights on the Schneider Trophy and won the 1914 race with a Sopwith tabloid seaplane with a 100 horsepower engine. Howard Pixton piloted that aircraft, averaging 86.83 miles per hour. On the 18th of December 1910, Tom Sopwith won £4,000 for the longest flight from England to the continent, covering 272 kilometres in 3 hours 40 minutes from East Church to Beaumont in Belgium, and he flew it without a seatbelt. That sum is £4.5 million in today's money. He set up the Sopwith School of Flying at Brooklands, and Viscount Hugh Trenchard, certificate 270, the father of the Royal Air Force, was an early student who gained his licence in 10 days in 1912. Trenchard had accumulated 64 minutes of flight time, and he wasn't considered by Sopwith to be a good pilot. Hawker was another early student. In June 1912, he and Fred Sigrist and others set up Sopwith Aviation Company, which went on to produce 18,000 World War I aircraft, including 5,747 Sopwith Camel fighters. Tom was bankrupted after the war, though he re-entered aviation business a few years later with a new firm named after his chief engineer and test pilot, Harry Hawker. Hawker aircraft became Hawker Siddeley, and Sopwith remained there until 1980. In World War I, they moved to bigger premises to meet the demand. They built to sketches and not engineering plans. Craftsmen included carpenters, joiners and fitters. The Pup, 80 horsepower, and the Camel, 110 horsepower, evolved. The Pup was easy to fly, the Camel not so. The Camel, a superlative fighter, downed 1,294 enemy aircraft. Sopwith said manoeuvrability was due to having weight close to the centre, and 90% was within 7 feet of centre. Salamander, Snipe, Cuckoo, Snapper, Dolphin, Hippo and Bulldog are other designed. Hart, Hind and Fury, and then the Hurricane came out of the resurrected Sopwith, now Hawker, company between World War I and World War II. The Hunter and the Kestrel prototype, now the Harrier, followed after World War II. Sir Thomas rates the Harrier as the greatest technological leap in aviation. He puts his own success down to pure luck. Thomas Sopwith died in 1989 in England.